Have you ever wondered why some women seem to have an air of entitlement around them? It's a nuanced question, yet it's one that many of us ponder about in the 21st century. This video aims to provide a modern gentleman's guide to understanding and, most importantly, navigating women who seem entitled.
I would move when it comes to like a guy. It's like, if I choose to vibe with you, you top tier. The competition will then be to keep me. That's what it is. Like, to get me, you lucky, but to keep me, that's the competition right there.
To get you, a man is lucky?
Yeah, because I would rather be by myself, honestly. I'm dead serious. Like, I'd rather be alone. Like, I don't need a man to do anything.
That don't sound like something worth competing for. I ain't gonna hold you.
Chill. It's not even like that. It's not even like that. I'm just saying, like,
your words are powerful. So.
This woman somehow thinks it's going to be appealing to men to lead with the following. Here's what she said. A man is lucky to have me. You're so lucky to have me. I'm on a pedestal. This is like, I'm the queen, bow down. Also, I don't need a man to do anything, she said. I don't need a man to do anything. And she said, I'd rather be alone. I'd rather be by myself. Why is that going to be attractive to a guy? Guy's going to be sitting there looking at that and say, if I were a smart guy, I would keep walking right on past her, because you got to say to yourself, well, she's not going to value me. Right now, from the get-go, she's being like, well, if you left tomorrow, I wouldn't be missing anything. I don't really need you. That's a horrible attitude for a female to have, but it's also an attitude that's exemplary of the modern woman, right? I could just go to a sperm bank. I don't need you. You hear that line all the time. I don't need a man. I make my own money. So you're here and you're like an ornament, and that's great. But if you leave tomorrow, I'll be just fine. That is not attractive. That is not appealing. And what guy is going to want to enter a relationship where they're already going in feeling like, well, she's already telling me that I'm kind of like extra, but not really necessary. No, guys want to be there because they want to bring something to the table, and they want you to appreciate what they bring to the table. They want someone who's going to appreciate them. If they're working hard all day and they want to provide for you, they want to buy you nice things, they want to, put a roof over your head, they want to build a family with you, they don't need you sitting there saying, well, I don't need a man. I could have done this all without you. Don't get your ego all, rattled. I could have done this without you. Well, honey, you know what? If you could do it without them and you're going to throw it in their face all day, then they should just leave you to do it without them. Do it yourself then. Do it yourself. The reality is that these women aren't willing to acknowledge that they want a man next to them. They want a man by their side, because they may be capable of making their own money and they may be capable of paying their own bills, but they can't do everything that a man can do because they're not a man.
Let's set the scene. You guys are going to run into women who feel that they deserve a certain effort from you. They might think they deserve money. They might think that they deserve time. They might think that they deserve a commitment. Even so, we live in a world where entitlement isn't gender specific, but in today we focus on women who carry this trait and how you as a modern gentleman can navigate these waters with grace, dignity, and respect. I'm going to tell you what to do and what not to do. I don't care what you do as long as you think, apply what you can, and save the rest for later. So first and foremost, you have to understand entitlement. It's crucial to understand that entitlement isn't always a negative trait. At times, it's a sign of self-respect and self-worth. However, the line between healthy self-esteem and destructive entitlement can often blur. An entitled person can become entitled from their own experiences and repetition, or empowered by others. Or entitlement can be totally unsupported by experience and influenced by solely mind and desire alone. So how does the modern gentlemen deal with this? Well, the first thing is to be aware. Like in the video, the woman was clearly entitled. She said that in order to get me, you can be lucky. So she's used to getting men. You know, she's used to getting and having that excitement factor. You know, this is a woman that's not really interested in a long-term commitment. And this is why I tell you guys to communicate, and that communication is first, because you have to really ask questions and see who you're dealing with. And once you see who you're dealing with, you got to put them in a box. Is this somebody that I spend a lot of time with, you know, for business or for long-term relationship, companionship? Is this somebody who is just a friend? Is this somebody who, you know, we just sleeping together? Is this somebody who I don't even need to be around to sleep with because she gonna use me? So this is what you got to be up on game on. And then she later says that, you know, she'd rather be alone. So, you know, if you get into a relationship with her, you're lucky, because she's saying like, I really don't want to be in a relationship. I'd rather just talk to multiple people. You understand? This is what she's really saying. So that's why there's so much competition to keep her, because this is a woman that has many options and is probably used to expressing her options, versus a woman having options and not worrying about those options because she's focused on you. You understand? You can get lucky to get a lot of women. You know, it could be the right day, it could be the right time, the right hour. She'd be having a bad day, you could be having a good day, right? You got lucky because there's 1 in a million. What are the chances that you met this woman? Cool, I understand that too. I feel like if I give a woman a chance, then she's lucky. But the competition, she says, arises when you get her. So you got lucky to get her, but if she's not the type to be kept, if she hasn't been raised a certain way, if she didn't see certain values within our household, if she didn't see a man there, have a respectful presence of a man there, then you got lucky to get her, but luck ain't gonna keep her. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our women are entitled because we are watching television, we've been watching TV, we listen to our friends, so we think that we know how a relationship is going to go. We think that there's a one-size-fit-all approach to relationships when we're all individuals. So we got to figure it out what it is for us and those people that we choose and actively choose us. An entitled person often expects things to go a certain way. So the answer lies in communication. Open, honest, and respectful dialogue is key. It's your job not to feed into that expectation, but to communicate your boundaries clearly and firmly. That means if someone is pressuring you into something, these are instances and times for you to have open and honest dialogue about your boundaries and where you stand as it relates to the relationship. Another point is empathy. Try to understand where this sense of entitlement is coming from when you're dealing with a person. Is it based on past experiences, or perhaps it's a defense mechanism, you know, out of trying to avoid pain? You understand? Because the two things that influence humans, but will influence humans differently, are pursuit of pleasure or the avoidance of pain. So understanding the root cause can help you navigate the situation with more grace and less frustration, and give you ups on knowing what to do. So next is being assertive. Now, here's a tip that might surprise you if you consider yourself a gentleman. Be assertive. Yes, you heard me. Being assertive doesn't mean being aggressive or harsh. It means standing your ground and expressing your own needs and wants. It's about balancing respect for others with respect for yourself. There will still be people who will make it their business to still misunderstand you or to misinterpret your efforts. There are some of us who use communication as a weapon, as a means to express anger instead of to understand and to be understood. And irrational things will be said along with tangent side conversations. So guys, in these instances, see my videos on the 48 laws of power. Always say less than necessary, law number 4, and always win through actions, never through argument, law number 9. Also, remember to maintain dignity and respect. If you can do this, you hold the most power, because If you find yourself constantly clashing with someone's entitlement, it might be time to reconsider the relationship. After all, a modern gentleman knows his worth and doesn't compromise his peace for anyone. To summarize, the modern gentleman's guide to navigating women who are entitled consists of 4 main points. Remember, gentlemen, the key to dealing with entitlement or any challenging trait is not to fight fire with fire. Instead, approach the situation with understanding, assertiveness, and most importantly, respect. Because at the end of the day, being a gentleman is all about showing respect to others and to yourself. And until next time, this is Power, what separates the boys from the men.